Hey man, you need to hear this. If you're looking for fast, cheap, and reliable MUT coins, I highly recommend to check out my sponsor, DMC, Discount MUT Coins, and use code 187 for 10% off at checkout.
You ever was on the big stream and what that felt like?
Oh yeah, I was definitely nervous. But once that game settles in, once you have your music on, you just start settling down and start to get to play your game.
All right, DeMarco will take it. And we got dueling commentaries. A little Brandon Gott and my guy in the background as they pause here to set things up, set their audibles, set their depth charts. How important is this step at the beginning of the game?
To get it out of the way so you don't have to worry about it later on in the game where, you know, oh, my guy's not at this spot. That's just an important thing in the game, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you put a guy in the wrong position or you forget a guy here or there. I mean, sometimes even though Joe Thomas might be your left tackle in this meta, you might want him at tight end based on your ability. So this part setting up is a huge factor in the game.
Definitely don't want to mess anything up on this side.
A lot of pressure on that man right there. I talked about Samoa's finest. This is his third time. He was a runner-up in 18 when he lost to FMB Monster and then couldn't get out of the semifinals last year. And now he's the only one that's back. So it's all on him.
Coming out in a little 2-3 tight end set.
Here we go, a little shotgun formation. Tight ends everywhere. And they'll hand it off to Bo Jackson. That's father figure's first time on offense. And we're going to see how this no abilities go. I mean, this is certainly out of the ordinary, Pavin.
Yeah, definitely a little rough, but he just has to stick to his game plan.
I mean, and a lot of us, you know, you maybe you're a weekend league guy or, you know, you play a lot of, you're sort of a MUT player, not used to salary cap. And he sort of admitted that. He's like, hey, I don't really know what to do with my abilities, so I'm just going to kind of play what I'm used to. And he's facing a 2nd and 13 right now. Hand off to Bo again, and Clowney's in the backfield.
Yep, Clowney just blown up the run. One of the best he's known to do. That kind of Carolina play a little bit.
A lot of chat reacting to no escape artist on Steve Young. Certainly has the wheels, but we mentioned before, once you put that escape artist ability on it, that's when he really, he was a nightmare the first day he came out on Ultimate Team. That's all I could say.
Day one nightmare for sure. That escape artist just.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 17 here in the opening drive for father figure. He's made his way through on the PlayStation 4 to get to this Final Four for San Francisco. And there's Bo Jackson. Got to get a little bit of a room. Can he outrun Jabril Peppers? No, tripped up at the 37. Who needs abilities?
That secure tackler, though, saved the touchdown. I will say that.
You know, a lot of you think of the secure tackler, the name kind of says it, but the little extra you get is a little bit more range on your tackles.
Definitely. You get a lot better range on making those A tackles for sure.
So that's going to bring up a 1st and 10. And that was a huge 3rd and 17 that Samoa's finest gives up. And maybe that's all you need your first time on the big stage is something positive to happen.
It looks like he's almost about to be in field goal range too, so just look out for that.
Yeah, right about on the edge. Who knows? I didn't actually see the kicker. I mean, he had a lot of cap to spin with using no abilities. Who knows? He might have Justin Tucker out there, son. Got a little bit of warp. He's going to move him back, though, here on 1st and 10. Hands it off to Bo Jackson. There's a block. And he'll work his way into the red zone.
Yeah, that secure tackler is just going to keep popping up if he needs to win this game. Honestly, I don't like Samoa's finest being in a 1-4-6 type of defense versus the 3 tight end set. It's been getting gashed so far. And he goes back into the 3-4 odd. I like this a lot.
So they'll hand it off to Bo Jackson, and he can't get away from Ryan Shazier. If you bought the game early and you made the decision to get anybody but Ryan Shazier as your guy to power up.
I definitely had to get him.
Certainly the speed at middle linebacker, especially secure tackler, making a difference, but that's going to rank up at 2nd and 7 here on our opening drive between father figure and Samoa's finest. And hands it off to Bo.
This looked like 3rd and 17. I thought this, could be turning sides quickly, but he caught him off guard with a run, and, now he's inside the 10-yard line.
So here comes a 3rd and 2. at the 9-yard line. Young's going to go in the motion. He's got tight ends for days. Young barking out the orders. He'll hand it off to Bo again. Reaching for the first down. I don't think he got there.
I don't think so as well. Will he go for it, though? That is the question.
We talked about him just playing loose, playing with house money, happy to be here. You got to go.
I would turn Bo on aggressive right here, definitely, and try to get this inches.
He's going to take the 3. We mentioned he's got Prater as his field goal kicker, so he's actually got a little bit extra cap there. Didn't need it from there, but you do score on the opening drive after a 3rd and 17. And I guess maybe it's too early to go for it there.
Yeah. I like him. I don't know. I would have gone for 3, but I would have gone for it, but him taking 3 just to see what his opponent's offense looks like. I like the call.
So an early lead for father figure. Maybe he'll tell his grandkids one day, I was beating Samoa's finest by 3 in the San Francisco Club Championship. Certainly the underdog here today. I saw a lot of folks in the chat rooting for father figure to maybe pull the upset here over Samoa.
And as we see Samoa's finest setting up his Oakland audibles, all the run plays in there. There's a lot of them in there.
So 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Got I formation. Bo will dot the I. Double tight end, hands it off to Bo. Bo spins back in, he won't go anywhere.
Yeah, the run looked bottled up right there.
So that'll going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Maybe he's got run D. Maybe this field goal all along.
He does have a Mutt defense, so.
That's true. No abilities if you're just joining us for father figure, but he's got goons everywhere. Dion comes up to assist on the hit. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. You got Brian Dawkins out there. You got an Urlacher that's jazzed up.
Look for the first time hot route master is going to be used today. 3rd and 4 passing situation could be.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 at the 24. In a 3-0 ball game. That'll take us to the 2nd quarter. Father figure with a 3-point lead over Samoa's finest, but he's on his first drive.
Here to begin the 2nd quarter. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out.
So it'll be a 3rd and 4 on the other side. Scott Cole with last year's club champion winner. Pavon join us in the booth. We got Serious Mo in the building. And a lot of good games coming your way today as Bo won't get there. Now it's a decision time. 4th and 3 from your own 26.
I'm passing right here. If I do go for it, I have to pass. Have to pass. It looks like he's getting in the gun-tight slots. Very popular formation this year.
So he needs 3 yards already. Facing 4th down here in his opening drive. Rivers in the gun. Looking, throwing, and it will be complete, and it will be a 1st down out of the 29-yard line.
I think that was Jordan Reed with a catch. That was very risky. Could have been a drop or something, depending on what type of Jordan Reed that was, assuming it's a lower cap version.
Able to haul it in, able to move the chains. And not a lot of wideout options on the Samoa's finest lineup, and he'll go to Bo Jackson once again. And he'll be driven out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Very stingy defense here from father figure.
Yeah, the run so far has been looking bottled up. Honestly, if I'm Samoa's, I want to just see more pass. I just want to see him pass more, see how my opponent's pass defense is, especially with Phillip Rivers in as QB.
So that'll bring up a 2nd and 8. Here at the 31, he'll hand it off to Bo Jackson, and Dion comes in on the hit. What?
Yeah, I don't know how Dion just stood up Bo, but
when you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident.
We've seen Dion get shook a lot in that running game.
Yeah, definitely not his specialty.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and 5 at the 35.
Back in the gun-tight slots, little audibling.
See what Rivers does here. For Samoa's finest. Needs 5. Rivers throwing it to the corner, and Slay is right there for the pick.
Yeah,
that's a wide open.
The post, I'm not sure what had happened. I think Phillip Rivers maybe overthrew it a little bit. Darius Slay was there, big play Slay, they could like to call him, with an interception.
What a start for Father Figure. Here in a 3-0 ball game, he'll take over on his own 46 with a chance to go down and make this a 2-score game. Hands it off to Bo Jackson, no sir.
I think that's Don Terry Poe with the run stuff. A very good DT for Madden since I could remember.
Like Poe just flying in there, forcing the tackle for loss. That'll bring up a 2nd and 13. See if Samoa changes up his defense here.
Back in the 1-4-6 against a trio look, inside zone. Jabril Peppers once again with another secure tackle.
We haven't seen a lot of Jabril. A lot of Troy Polamalu, a lot of Apke out there in the safeties, but Jabril can certainly come up and make the hit.
Yeah, I was using Jabril at one point, and then that Troy Polamalu came out, and it was over. I just had to put Polamalu on the squad.
Which we saw a little bit of Pat Tillman yesterday, too. He's not anything to mess with. 3rd and 12 here at the 2-minute warning. Ball at the 44-yard line after the interception by Father Figure. Had a field goal on his opening drive after he converted on a big 3rd and 17. And here's another 3rd down here for Father Figure. Tight ends everywhere. Got to get to the 44-yard line on the other side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Plenty of time on the play clock. Hands it off to Bo. Bo trying to stretch it out. Nothing there.
Another run. I don't think he's passed so far.
You got to punt this away. Well, he has an opportunity to pin him deeper. I also run this clock. Let's see if he holds it or he punts it away here. Now he's going to lean back here, so he's going to run this all the way down and then punt it away. He didn't angle it.
He did not.
Is this a sky kick incoming?
It says normal kick. I can't really say anything. I'm not the best punter.
There's a reason for that, Pop, and you haven't punted a lot over the last year or so, and Tyreek Hill's going to have a chance to return. Takes it out past the 20-yard line. Cuts back, has some room, and out to the 42, so you don't kick it out of bounds, and now a big return.
You don't want to kick to that man, Tyreek Hill. That was really good stick work. Really a good kick, good field positioning.
So now Samoa's got it back after he thrown the INT. Bo cuts it back. Got a block from Tyreek Hill on Brian Dawkins. You're in plus territory all the way down to the 34.
You hear him say that's a touchdown. That was if he had not stopped right there. Right there. That was good stick work, though. The spin move.
Looks like Darius Slay came over and made the stop, saved the touchdown. The clock is on the move. 3 timeouts here for Samoa. That's an opportunity to tie the ball game or take the lead here right before the half. Rivers will hand it off to Bo Jackson. Bo's got the edge, and he has the first down at the 23.
He's in a good spot right now. I'm trying to get 7 right here, then get the ball at half, and then, you know, I'm at all the advantage in the world.
So he will use a timeout here. They'll stop the clock. 29 seconds to go. Just outside the red zone. If you're Father Figure, you got to hold him to 3 here, and that's a good stop in the backfield.
That looked like it was Julius Peppers, longtime Madden great, and in real life great.
Not a bad hoopster as well from the University of North Carolina. And he'll use his 2nd timeout. That'll stop it with 25 seconds to go. Here in the first half, ball at the 23. Father Figure trying to stand tall here. Maybe hold him to a field goal.
Looks like he's in the wing flex close right here. Another stretch to the left side.
And there's Bo. Bo spins it back. It's inside the 20.
Got to call that timeout.
Oh, he's going to run it all the way down. Now you got to use the timeout. The runoff.
Yeah,
forcing the field goal.
That runoff sometimes gets people off guard. Definitely have seen that happen.
So this will be a 35-yarder to tie the ball game here right before the half. The kick is up, and it is good, and we're tied at 3 apiece here at the half, and we're talking about some stingy defense in that first 10 minutes.
Definitely. If I'm Father Figure, I'm happy I'm going down, you know, in the tie. Same thing with Samoas. He got points at least at the end of the drive, at the end of the half. Stingy defense for sure been happening the whole game.
So we'll kick it away. And Tyreek Hill will start the second half as we have a pause in the action here. A chance for these competitors to take a breath before we start these next 10 minutes. And this is going to be a huge opening drive of the half for Samoa. So let's take a look at those first half highlights. And certainly that man right there at one point was forced back. I mean, you know, he's on a 3rd and 17, and this has been the biggest play of the game so far.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, that might happen to me too. And if that does, then, you know, that's a play that you just pull your hair. Can't let up a 3rd and 17 run play.
Another big run by Bo. That would set up the field goal. And then Samoa's finest on a tough 3rd and 5. Just try to squeak it in there. But Darius Slay right there along the sideline.
Yeah, big play, Slay, making big plays right there.
Time to start the second half in a 3-3 game. You're just in semifinal number 1. You got Jay Bird and Trey Kings coming up. In the next ball game, you'll have Serious Mo and Nick on the call. Excuse me, and Master Gamer on the call. And Serious Mo will join me for the final here in San Francisco. And there's a big hit. Bo Jackson, just 10 carries for 57 yards. That's so subpar for Bo.
Yeah, subpar for sure. Devin Bush with a tackle. He's been having a great season this year.
Have to keep reminding myself. Father figured no abilities, just kind of matriculating down the field. But, I mean, you talked about, you know, and certainly Serious Mo talked about too, that allows you to get some better players out there for sure. And he certainly has loaded up on defense. Dion, that's 90 overall in the stop. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
Look for him to pass again right here. Wouldn't be surprised with a run. I don't know how Dion is right there every single time.
Prime time's out here making plays in the running game. And they go to Bo again. This time he should get there. Dion falls down, got past Slay, and that'll move the chains.
That's a good spin move right there, just to secure he got the first down.
1st and 10 out at the 32, and Dion just tripped up over his own guy. And that opened the door for Bo to tote it for the first down.
Bo is on yellow right now, as in his stamina, so, you know, he's just going to shuffle through his plays, let his players get their energy back, and then just probably go back to Bo, feed him Bo.
It's a big part of this 40-second play clock. A little time to get your guys' fatigue shaken off, but you can also chew up a lot of time.
Yeah, most definitely.
So 1st and 10 now at the 32. Samoa on the opening drive here the second half. And Bo Jackson cuts it back against 2, and he'll work his way across the marker. Another first down.
Another great spin move. I'm just seeing Bo just spinning people out of their shoes.
The crazy thing is you get Bo for that bruiser kind of, you know, right now he's just kind of being elusive out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Like a Gale Sayers or Portis. So 3-3. It's a tight one here, a defensive struggle.
Yeah. A lot of defense has been playing so far. Just the run, and then more of the run.
Neither of these guys was really a balanced passing attack. If anyone's got any kind of even to throw it to, it's probably Samoa.
Yeah, with that hot route master, yeah.
He's going to keep it on the ground. We talked about in the, you know, the opening pregame about the salary cap and spinning. You know, you spin some cap on that hot route master, and then you still run the ball. Imagine the guys you could have had or an ability you could have put somewhere else.
Yeah, and hot route master is not a low cap ability. It's 55 cap. That could be, you know, 2 low cap players or 1, you know, super player out there.
Of course, the other thing is you get behind the ball game, and then you got to have that right master to make your offense go. So it's sort of a security blanket.
Yeah.
2nd and 11. After the loss of 1, Samoa hands it off to Bo once again, and he'll go nowhere.
Devin Bush and Shazier on the tackles.
Well, that Shazier, you got to have. We saw Bush have some big plays yesterday, and now we got a huge 3rd and 10 here in semifinal number 1. And of course, our second semifinal just around the corner between Trey Kings and maybe the community favorite Jay Bird.
Yeah, Jay Bird's been, I would say, the community favorite for sure. A lot of talk of him on the Twitter polls and the Twitch chats for sure.
Rivers in the gun here on 3rd and 10.
I like this route combo. It's attacking a lot of the field.
Rivers will throw it into triple coverage, and there is Dion, and he might take it to the crib.
Yeah, I don't think anyone will be able to catch Dion. He's on his horse. He's out.
Prime time will take it into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Father figure. The underdog's got the lead.
It looked right there like he had the running back wheel, but Dion is just an incredible lurk. You know, not many people lurk on him, but if you do, he's going to be flying everywhere.
Prater will put through the PAT. And the man that said he's just happy to be here might be happy to be in the final.
This is going to be the drive of the game right here. If Samoa has to go down, even getting 3 would be fine. He could lock up, but obviously you want to get 7.
Look at it again, Pavin. It's a pick 6 for Dion.
Once you get that pick and you just see 3, 4 linemen, you know it's a touchdown every single time, you know.
That's like me trying to chase somebody. That's like me trying to chase you. Ain't going to happen. What's it like, you know, you won the club championship last year, sort of like making your way onto the big stage. What's it like now being the favorite and having the target on you? Because that's where Samoa is right now.
Honestly, I love being the underdog. In every game, I love being the underdog. Obviously, being a favorite has its advantages. You know, people may feel like, oh, he's a favorite. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like playing games on themselves, like the mind games or whatever, but I always want to be an underdog.
That's the voice of last year's club championship winner. Representing the Raiders, Pavon is in the house. She's got Serious Mo, Master Gamer, along with Nick and Evan. We've been having a good time. Good Madden football here, but now the clock is on the move with 1:20 to go. Samoa down a touchdown.
Bo hasn't really even been bottled up as much as it seems. He has 17 rushes for 89 yards. That's pretty good numbers.
You know, a lot of folks in the chat were clowning the no ability, but now people are saying, maybe nobility, maybe that's the move.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure Volt was out there. He had 3 defensive abilities, but no offensive abilities.
See, 20 plays, and he's run it 17 out of the 20. And Bo stopped behind the line again. 18 carries for 90 yards, and here's a 2nd and 9. They will give him 1 on that first.
Is it too early to say Dion's the MVP so far? He's making all these tackles and that interception for 6.
What we're not used to is Dion making the tackles. Now, the pick 6 was not a surprise. Once he lurked it, it was to the cribbo. But he's come up in the running game. 90 overall Dion, who Serious Mo says is one of his favorite items in not only the game, but in salary cap mode. Needs 9 yards here on 2nd down. Goes out to Bo again. It's a stretch play. Surprise, surprise, and forced out of bounds at the 43.
Dion once again right there.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. Just shy of midfield for Samoa, who you can tell that look on his face. He's not pleased with the way he's played so far.
Definitely. I've been there, you know, especially with someone considered yourself as a favorite. I've been there for sure.
I mean, for the first time, you know, he knocked FMB Monster out of it. So Monster's not here. You know, Suspect, who won it last year, is not here. This is his tournament away. I know Jay-Bird is waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
But certainly Samoa had to come in today and feel like he had a great opportunity. Clock on the move. Here's a snap with 2 seconds on the play clock, and Bo will pick up the 1st down. Put your 4s up, Pop, and we're headed to the 4th. Down by a touchdown is Samoa's finest. And Father figure, I mean, you let someone hang around long enough, you start believing.
Yeah, definitely. He's up 7 right now in the 4th quarter. I don't know if even he would have thought this would have been him, but.
And he has the offense. If he gets it back with any sort of lead, he could clock out this game.
Yeah.
Bo again to the left side. He's had some success out here. Tried to truck through, I believe that was Dion Jones.
Dion Jones
gets 2.
I had him on my SC team as well. Great player, makes those tackles very fast.
So game 2. I formation once again. The question isn't stretch. The question is which way. Gets caught up on his own lineman. That was Martin who was in the way.
Yeah, Julius Peppers just threw him to the ground. Just threw him to the ground right there.
Look at that manhandling out of Julius Peppers. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 9.
That dark visor just is the nicest thing to see. Like, it looks so awesome in the game.
Long time Carolina Panther making moves right now for Father figure. 7-point deficit here on 3rd and 9 for Samoa. Trying not to get upset. Throws into coverage once again, and it will be picked. Deion Jones comes up with it.
He's fast. He can make tackles, and he has great zone right there, as you can see. Him swatting the ball up and then just picking his own swat.
I mean, that's not a good read.
No.
Let's be real with each other. That is throwing it into quintuple coverage.
Yeah, it looks like this 3-4 odd coverage has been giving Samoas a very tough time. The hook curl is just sitting there. The vert hook's just sitting there, just making him having to throw over the 2 hooks, and him having zone is just making plays on that.
So he'll hand it off to Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson stiff arms nobody, but he's off to the races.
Yeah, I don't think
they won't catch him.
He's gone.
Touchdown, father figure, and the underdog is up 2 scores.
Bo knows.
I don't know if it was a stiff arm or if he was waving goodbye. He was out of there, and it's a 14-point lead.
Definitely looked like he was waving goodbye to those guys.
It's kind of unbelievable right now. I think that's what Samoa's thinking. He's leaning back in his chair going, what is going on? Tyreek will take it out to the 27-yard line. That'll give us a chance to look at it again. Bo Jackson, see you.
Yeah, it looked like he over-pursued with his user, Jabril Peppers, and then like Deion, like Bo, once they're out, they're out. Not catching them.
Father figure, 32 years old, from Pleasant Hill, California. He's 3-1 coming into this tournament. Has already won $1,500, looking to almost double it up with a win here. His first career earnings of all time. He was the guy that nobody knew of, and all of a sudden he's playing pretty consistent football.
It's looking like he might be in the finals. If I'm Samoas, I'm going to start passing right here. I don't know if the run has been kind of bottled up all game, and he just keeps trying to run.
He's only had 65 yards of offense. Coming up on the 2-minute warning, down 14, and Bo stumbles again. They'll mark it right at the 50-yard line as we come up on the 2-minute warning. What's the furthest that you ever come back with 2 minutes to go?
I would say maybe 14 in online head-to-head game. Definitely.
Was there an onside kick involved?
No. Just,
3 timeouts,
yeah,
kicked it away?
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
See what the strategy is here for Samoa. Certainly going to need some Madden magic as he gets in the I formation again. Hands it off to Bo Jackson, gets around the edge away from Bush, and then he's hit at the 44-yard line. Clock on the move.
Right there, I'm going out of bounds. I think he got like 1 or 2 extra yards instead of going out of bounds, but with the clock on the move, you just got to get out of bounds.
Especially with the runoff here and things like that. I mean, everything matters, especially if he gets a big chunk play. Bo, this time he will get out of bounds at the 37-yard line. In field goal range on the edge of it, but ain't nobody got time for that.
If he could score and lock up, you know, like things could happen. He has that hot route master, like you said before, the security blanket.
He's praying for a big Bo Jackson run. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, definitely looks like he's just trying to feed Bo right now, force feed him, I would say.
Hope someone out there took some screenshots of Father Figure's lineup. No abilities, but he's got some goons out there on defense. And none bigger than Deion Jones and Deion Sanders, who have made moves, and now it's a sack. Long hair, don't care.
Vita Vea is a great Madden player, like first-round pick from where, Washington? Yeah, just a run stuffer, and right there, he just took his center down.
And Samoa's finest has been this tournament 3 times in the live final for San Francisco. Made it to the final once. Couldn't get it done against F&B Monster. And now it looks like maybe for the 3rd straight year, he won't be advancing on. He's got a tall task here. Rivers will throw it out on a wheel route, just out of the reach.
And that wheel route has been like that all year long. You can't really quick throw it as you've seen in years past. It will say inaccurate quick throw on the little bottom.
It doesn't matter who you have back there.
Yeah, exactly. Phillip Rivers, Tom Brady, they're really, all of them will overthrow that wheel route this year.
So a 3rd and 16 at the 43. Going the opposite direction with 50 seconds to go. Rivers stands tall. That's a tight window, but hauled in at the 25-yard line. Just his second completion of the game.
Yeah, Shazier and Deion Jones with that zone are going crazy for those posts right there.
This is where you got to call a timeout, because the point to kick it away and have 3 timeouts, that's long over.
Got to go for an onside.
And I mean, he's not even going to call a timeout here. Has he got GGs in his head?
It looks like it's a good game to him.
Samoa just trying to get out of here. Clock expires. Final play of the game. He's going to throw it up to the end zone. And Holt can't grab it in triple coverage. And Father Figure has come in and played his way into the final.
What an upset. Honestly, I didn't even see myself seeing Father Figure with the win, but he pulled it off.
We talk, you know, a lot of players, and of course, some Scott Cole here hanging out with Pavin. Sometimes it's tough when you don't face the meta. When you face a guy that's doing something totally different, sometimes you're like, I mean, this guy's got no abilities. What do I do here?
Yeah, I've been in that spot. Sometimes me playing some randomness, like I'm not really the best player versus the random things. I like to prepare for it a lot. And, you know, right here, it just looked like no abilities, no meta involved whatsoever. Got the job done.
Well, Father Figure, you're a winner. Let's take a look at how he got it done in a 17-3 ball game. He had Steve Young. He didn't even have to throw the football, and a lot of that's just not because of the run meta. It's because he played great defense as well, but this 3rd and 17, that really got him going.
Yeah, honestly, that could be your candidate for, like, play of the game. If he gets stopped on that 3rd and 17, I know Samoa might be clocking that game all the way to the half.
And here's a big 3rd and 5. Looking to the sideline is Rivers, but he's going to overthrow it, and Slay's going to make the play.
Yeah, another big play right there. If he gets that accurate, that's close to field goal range, you know, 50-yard line.
And then he would try to force another one in, but no, sir. Deion Sanders carried it like a loaf of bread. He's making house calls.
Yeah, that was incredible stick, baiting the wheel and the post at the same time, and Deion, one of the best users in the game.
And a lot of self-inflicted wounds here by Samoa. Gets out of position here with Jabril Peppers, and then Bo Jackson just takes it all the way to the crib.
Yeah, right there, like I said, he over-pursued with his user, but, you know, to Samoa, that's a good game. To Father Figure, congrats, he's going to be in the final, but to Samoa, just keep your head up. You got to rebound.
Well, it's been an incredible game, and Father Figure is out there hanging out with Evan.
Oh, man, we've got Father Figure here. Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you so much.
We were just catching up about a lot of different things, and I want to talk to you about football. I want to talk to you about you and talk to you about who's watching. I know Scott wants some more details on the Vegas meeting your wife's story, so we might get to that. First of all, how does it feel to have come this far in your Madden career? This is the farthest you've gone in competitive Madden.
Oh, man, it feels fantastic, honestly. Like, I'm playing with house money. I've heard these guys say it. I've kind of taken some heat on the whole Pokemon thing, man. I honestly just didn't have time to put abilities and test them out, so I just went old school. I've been playing that same defense, honestly, since like Madden 97, I would say.
Wow, Madden 97. I was 7 years old, 6 years old when that came out, so you've been doing this for a while. But so no abilities. It's really, is it just, you just felt comfortable that way? It wasn't about strategy or anything like that? You're saying, I don't really have time to.
I don't like having a weakness at any spot on the field on defense. I'm a threshold-based player. That's always been like the meta for me, is making sure all your zones and your play recs are tight. So just this year, I didn't have the time to shuffle around based on all the new abilities with players. So I just, and honestly, I'm not on Twitter, I'm not on Twitch, so I didn't really know what people were doing. So it wasn't until everyone told me how different it was until I was like, wow, like, I guess maybe I'm going to get my butt whooped here. So,
but you didn't, and the difference ended up working out. In fact, you got a nice pick six with Deion. Talk to me about that and his impact on your team.
That was the game plan. I told people last night, I was like, I will win because I get a pick six with Deion. And right when it happened, I knew I was going to put the pressure. I think it's really hard to pound it in against me, especially in the high pressure situation. To really throw the ball, I'm usually good at taking away one of your users. So if you can get on your secondary read before the three-man rush gets there, you're going to beat me. If not, I got the better end of him today, but he was an awesome player. His run scheme was really tough to stop, but I just always could stay over the top with Deion because of that speed where he can kind of chase him down.
A lot of respect for you in doing this. You're 32 years old. You're from California, like me, Cali native as well. It's a good place to be from. And you've got your wife watching as well.
Yeah, so shout out, baby. I love you so much. Like, thank you so much for all the support. And then also to our lovely daughter, Carson. And then actually just found out the other day, have a new baby boy on the way in a couple months from now.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah,
a lot of things to be happy about.
Absolutely.
Let's look ahead to the final, though, when you're obviously going to go ahead and